my father's family were among the first, one of the first families to actually integrate their Catholic school
Oh,
at
wow.
St. Francis of Assisi parish. And then my dad was one of the first people to integrate St. Thomas High School here in Houston.
Do they have a lot of stories about what it was like back then?
They do. They do.
What is the one that gets you the most?
I remember my godmother, my father's sister, tells a story about going to Mass at St. Francis of Assisi. And if there was no room, right, they were, well, even if there was room, Black families sat in the back. And that was just the expectation that the Black families would sit in the back.
And that was the expectation all over the country,
Right.
more or less.
But one story, she tells a story about one particular Sunday that at that time there was a push to integrate the Catholic schools.
Okay.
So this would have been late 50s, early 60s. And the pastor of their parish got up and he gave a homily on the evils of segregation and why he had decided that they were going to integrate their Catholic school.
Oh, that must have been controversial at the time.
Well, my aunt tells the story, the way that she tells the story, after Mass, they went home and she was with my grandmother in the kitchen cooking. She was the sous chef on Sundays, right? She would be in there with my grandmother. And she asked my grandmother, what is segregation? Because you have to understand that Black Creole families really grew up in enclaves. They had sidestepped some of the negativity that comes from being told that you're second class, because they never experienced, really, in a lot of significant ways, they never experienced.
They never felt it. Yeah. Wow.
Yeah.
That's a very different experience.
And then integrating the school, that was an experience. At one point, St. Francis of Assisi Parish was a white working class parish that had some Black families.
Okay.
When they integrated the school, it very quickly became a Black working class parish because white families left.
Oh, the whole white flight thing. Yeah.
And then, of course, my mother's parents actually founded, they were founding members of Our Lady Star of the Sea on the east side of town. Which was founded, again, because Black Creole families from South Louisiana did not like being treated like second-class citizens in their own parish. I remember my aunt saying, Mom and Dad put money in the collection plate every Sunday to pay for a school that their children couldn't attend.
Wow.
But they did so not because they wanted to prove something, or that, they did so because they believed in the Eucharist. They believed in the gospel. And they passed those values down to us. So my mother's parents, my maternal grandparents, were part of a group that founded a parish in near Galena Park. It's actually in Houston. It's right across the street from the Ship Channel.
Okay.
And they called the parish Our Lady Star of the Sea because so many of the men in that early group worked in the Ship Channel or very close to it. So the title Our Lady Star of the Sea was given to the parish. But it also has, of course, a very deep significance for African Americans if we think about the Middle Passage. And we think about the ways in which we came to this country. So many of us did not complete that journey.
Yeah.
And the protective hand of our Blessed Mother that was over us when we got here and allowed us to persevere and even to thrive.
So that's your home parish?
That's my home parish, Our Lady Star of the Sea. I'm there every Sunday singing in the gospel choir, so come on by.